Hey guys, what's happening? So, I saw these on eBay the other day. Thought these were like a cool piece of CB radio history. Yeah, they're actually like a CB matcher 1-to-1. So it seemed kind of interesting to me. I was like, what is that thing? I mean, I know it's actually an antenna tuner, but yeah, I wanted to see how this was constructed because I really didn't see any pictures online of what this thing looks like internally. And I got 3 of them for $24. It was like 3. I think I offered them $15. It was like $25 was shipped and out the door. So Gold Line, Norwalk, Connecticut. So there's 2 CB 1-to-1 matchers. Same company, Gold Line, but this one has an additional. It says 0 to 250 watt and 13 to 78 megahertz. But so that's what these ones specifically say CB, and this one is a broader range. Yeah, I know typically with an antenna tuner, you might have you'll have 2 variable capacitors, and you'll have like an inductor in the center. So I'm curious to see how they get that wide band, you know. But all right, so it looks like these things are. I feel like I think that they're like chrome plastic. They're not actually a metal box. So it looks like they're just held in. The whole thing is riveted together. Here. So some of these, one of the reasons why I want to take them apart too is some of these things feel a little crunchy, hard to turn. So I wanted to use a little deoxit, maybe lube those up, and maybe clean up these connectors a little bit. And I would actually like to use them on both my cars and maybe right here. Even though I've actually learned a lot about AC antenna theory, and adding capacitors to get it dialed in, but I mean, I guess you just tune these to the lowest SWR. But I mean, I do actually have I'm going to use a NanoVNA because I know exactly where it needs to be. 50 ohms and like right at the center of the Smith chart. So I know exactly where it needs to be. But if you didn't have like a Smith chart, I don't even know how you'd figure that out. I mean, you just go by off the SWR combination. Like I said, the Smith chart. That's what makes a Smith chart so nice. You can see exactly what it's doing as you turn the knobs. So okay, let me get my drill and I'll drill the rivets. Like I said, I hadn't seen any other videos on this stuff or even hardly any pictures of this thing online. So, all right, take a look. What's funny is it seems like YouTube actually likes low-tech videos, because when I was actually making nothing but like house repair videos and like car repair videos and troubleshooting, yeah, I was getting a lot of views, but they don't. YouTube hates these stupid CB videos. I have no clue what this thing looks like inside. So I got the. Okay, you can get this thing a screwdriver maybe. Alright, I said no clue. I think I know what's in here, like 2 variable capacitors and an inductor in the center, but that's what would make the most sense to me. Some sort of inductor. Okay, well those are the rivets I drilled out. Okay, looks pretty clean on the inside. Just like I thought. Hope you can see that. So it's an inductor in the center and 2 variable capacitors. Let me get the light here better over here so you guys can see it better. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so you have those 2 variable capacitors right there. And I don't know if lubing these things up is a good idea or a bad idea. I'm gonna take these cap cover offs too. With me, I can top feed them. Alright, so here's another interesting thing I noticed is, see the silver ground straps on both sides, 1, 2. Well, they don't go on this side. So, how? I mean, are they using? This is not even a metal box. It's like a plastic with chrome plating on it. So, yeah, and they're fed over to the capacitors. I don't know. I mean, I put it there, box up and compare them. So I'm gonna hit those. The variable capacitors out there, the stems, I'm going to hit those with a little deoxit. Shake this up a little bit. Not too much, just because I don't want to... Okay, there we go. That should be enough. Just to get in there a little bit to make it easier to turn a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to actually open up the air boxes and compare them. Then I'm going to do a continuity test between. I don't know if you need to do that or not, but there's no ground coming this side. There's no actually, it doesn't say in and out either. So I don't know what side is in and what side is out. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah, there's no in or out. So, I don't know. Alright, here's the second one. It's the same as the first one. Pretty much identical. This one seems like it was a little bit, the other one was looked a little sloppier when it comes to how they did it, and this one feels actually better too. So, alright, so take a look at this one. So I just cut this off. Grab my light, bring it over here. Alright, so I just got the case cover on this one. This one's definitely different. See this inductor? And then I see like these things are directly grounded together, you know? And then the bottom, the case cover on this one's aluminum too as well. There you go, there's a closer look. So see how this one there's a ground plane that goes all the way across. That's what I was thinking, is how the other one gonna... I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea to use the foil shield of the plastic. But like I said, this one seemed like it was matched for... Let me do a quick side by side, you can see. Let me get the numbers right. So yeah, this is how they would be. Orientation. So I don't know which one is better or newer. This one seems like it might be newer. I'm not sure. Like I said, they're made by the same company. They look the same. The capacitors look slightly different. See, the inductor is obviously in a different direction. But it's not like center tapped anywhere. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, see how this one's sort of center tapped right here? I don't know. Interesting. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to see the differences because there's different labels. So these were probably made at different times. Like, see, this one says Gold Line. Like I said, they're all made by I think, the same company. But if you guys actually have a manual for this thing, or, I mean, instructions or something like that, like, I'm trying to figure out what side the input is and what side the output is. I mean, with most of the CV stuff that I've seen, you know, meters, amps, the antenna input's on the right side and the transmitter's on the right side, or left side. Left side transmitter, right side antenna. So, yeah, this one, I think, because this one says I can do 0 to 250 watts. But, I mean, like I said, it seems like it has this really large bar next to it, so... This is what I'm used to seeing right here. This one here, this one just seems like gnarly, you know? Like an extra coil in the center and everything. And the negative tap is... I'm just trying to... One of the things I'm wondering about is if this thing can actually handle more than like 4 or 15 watts, 12 watts, whatever like a CB would do. Like a stock CB, like if I put this, like an amp in front of this thing, you know, just because I don't know, this thing doesn't seem like it's ground on that side, so this one seems, I'm confident in this one, but these other two, I don't know. Well, I am getting continuity between the two. Center tap too. There. I don't have to even test the other one because I already know. Alright, so now that I have these things cleaned up, lubed up, got the contacts cleaned, let's try these things on the NanoVNA. So right now I have a Starduster M400. Yeah, obviously, because I don't want to do this on a dummy load. If I did this on a dummy load, I already have a perfect match. So I wouldn't be able to figure out what's up. So, alright, let's turn this on. This is the NanoVNA. If you're into this kind of stuff, you definitely need to have a NanoVNA. Alright, so this should be defaulted to the CB band. And, actually, I gotta make sure I'm in the right. There we go. Alright, switch port. So, 1452. So this is actually going from, so it goes from this end of my switch, then it goes through my amp, then to my meter, then out to my antenna, which is on the roof. It's a Stardust M400, but I used to actually have it lower, but over the over the winter time, it kind of bent the tip. I have to go back up and bend the tip back, but so I think I had it down to like 1.3, 1.35 or something like that. But now a CB antenna matcher is not going to fix a bad antenna. It's going to help you protect your radio, and you're going to be able to transmit more watts out. But yeah, you're going to get less reflect, but it's not going to fix a bad antenna. So if you have a bad antenna and you're going to have a 1-to-1 match, right? But you're still going to have a bad antenna, so you're not going to be able to transmit. Nobody's going to be able to hear you, and you won't be able to receive. So this is not going to fix a bad antenna. So I already know that already. All right, let's get this thing hooked up, and we'll see if I can get this. So the goal is on the Smith chart. So right now I'm running about, my internal resistance is 34.87 ohm. I'd like to get that at 50, right? So that's 50 ohm right there at the center. So I'd like to get a 1-to-1 match, SWR, and I want this green thing, so this is a different band. So my antenna, I have it tuned for the upper bands, you know, like channel 38, 37. That's why the SWR goes down here. Alright, so yeah, what I need to do is have this right here at the center. That's ideal. You know, since this is like, these were made in the 70s, these capacitors were probably either made in the USA, or I'm looking for a name on them, but they were either made in the USA or Japan. Taiwan, no, really things weren't made in Taiwan back then, at least electronics. But yeah, so those were probably either made in Japan or US. Like China really hadn't even, China was still closed off to the world, so. Alright, let's get this, let's take a look at this one. So as soon as I hook this up, my SWR is 21 point, it went crazy high. And I have some crazy resistance here, 2.4 mega ohm, pretty high. So let's see, let's turn these dials and see what happens. SWR went down. Wow, 1.3, 1.2. Wow, I'm almost like right in the perfect 50 ohm here. I'm only turning the back resistor here. I mean the back capacitor. Okay, so right about there. 1.2. Let's see what the front one does. Just curious to do a couple turns out on both of them and see what happens. Okay. Okay, so they don't like to be out. Alright, so they like to be in. Okay. So this first one, go back down. Okay. That's pretty damn close right there. 1.179, and I'm about 52 ohm, 51 ohm. Okay, so on the other one, let's see if I go opposite direction, see what happens. Alright, this one seems a lot touchier. So I think I'm going to clean out the capacitors more on this one here. Put some more deoxit in the capacitors. Yeah, it's really touchy. I mean, I did get it to 1-to-1, but then you touch it just to go a little bit more, then it gets totally out of whack. 7. So if you remember, this is the different design. So, alright, let's see here. Alright, 13. So on the other one, it didn't seem to, the front capacitor didn't seem to do anything. But so this is a different design. So let me see, I gotta figure out what these things are doing. Okay, I'm already at 1, 4, 3. Wow, this one's tuning fast. Obviously, I'm shooting for the lowest SWR, but I'm looking for like 50 ohm right here. I probably won't be able to see that, but I'm looking. That's what I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting at 50 ohm and lowest SWR. So I'm gonna mess with the front capacitor, and you guys can see in real time what this thing does. So I turn it counterclockwise, it goes this way. If I turn it inward, it goes there, it goes inward. So if I turn it clockwise, it goes this way. If I turn it counterclockwise, it goes that way. Alright, pretty cool. They work. Yeah, I mean, that's like 1.026. Pretty, I mean, we're right on 50 ohms. But I don't, how would you do this with the, if you didn't have an, I mean, I guess you could do it, you could just mess around until you got 1 to 1. But, they actually really do work. That's hilarious. Like I said, it's not going to fix a bad antenna. So I could actually hook this up to like a really horrible antenna, but nobody will I wouldn't be able to hear anybody, and they wouldn't be able to hear me. So, all right, it was like 25 bucks on eBay. All right, so I think I'm gonna put one here maybe, and maybe one on the Bronco. I have a AT666 Pro in the Bronco, but like I said, I don't really know for sure. This one can do. This one will handle the 250 watt one. But, like I said, they're two different designs, so I don't know, man. What can this thing handle? I have no idea. Definitely get me 1 to 1, though. Alright, cool.